The first thing that strikes anyone who approaches the racetrack playa in Death Valley is not the vast, cracked earth stretching to the horizon, nor the relentless heat shimmering above it. It is the stones. Giant, jagged rocks, some weighing hundreds of pounds, lying on the flat desert floor, moving on their own. For decades, explorers and scientists have been baffled by this phenomenon. Rocks leaving long, twisting trails behind them as if pushed by invisible hands. Some paths curve around other stones, others intersect in impossibly precise patterns, leaving no trace of human or animal interference. To witness this in person is to confront an uncanny, almost supernatural force. A silent, ghostly power moving massive objects across miles of barren desert, challenging everything we think we know about physics and nature. Standing on the playa, the silence is suffocating. No wind, no animals, only the low hum of heat and the eerie stillness that seems to stretch forever. And yet, the stones have traveled. Their tracks, some straight, some twisting and spiraling, are etched into the cracked, sun-baked clay as if left by unseen giants. Scientists first thought strong gusts or ice sheets caused the movement, but observations revealed that these explanations could not fully account for the most complex trails or the timing of movement. Rocks weighing hundreds of pounds, moving in curved or zigzag patterns without tipping or bouncing. It is a mystery that has fascinated and terrified observers alike. The desert seems alive here, imbued with a quiet, relentless energy capable of shifting solid stone over miles without a trace of machinery or human touch. The sheer scale of the phenomenon is unsettling. Some stones are as small as a football, others as large as a refrigerator, yet all leave trails that persist for decades in the arid environment. Walk among them and you feel as though the earth is alive, its surface imbued with intent, a ghostly presence orchestrating the movement of objects far beyond human capability. Some trails end abruptly, rocks halting as if obeying an invisible command, while others curve around obstacles in ways that suggest intelligence or awareness. Photographers and adventurers report a feeling of being watched, an inexplicable sensation of presence, as if the desert itself is alive, silent, patient, and unfathomably ancient. Every crack in the clay, every shifting shadow, seems charged with anticipation, a subtle warning that this is a place where nature defies comprehension. What makes the moving stones truly terrifying is the implication of forces unseen. Unlike waterfalls, lakes, or volcanoes, these stones move in a landscape that appears utterly inert. The playa is flat, desolate, and lifeless. Yet it is a stage for a ghostly dance of rocks, tracing paths that seem deliberate. The environment amplifies the horror. Heat radiating from the cracked earth, the sun beating down mercilessly, and the unbroken silence creating a sense of isolation. Few humans have ventured here without experiencing an unsettling psychological effect. The realization that the planet can still harbor phenomena entirely beyond human understanding, where physics, intuition, and expectation are powerless. Observers describe a haunting tension while standing among the stones. The long tracks twist and spiral across the clay, intersecting in unnatural ways. Occasionally, a rock will have moved overnight, leaving a fresh trail in the parched earth. Scientists have documented movement during rare rainy periods, where thin ice sheets and light winds combine to push stones. But even these studies fail to explain the most extreme trails, particularly those that curve or avoid obstacles with impossible precision. The mystery has inspired fear, obsession, and a deep sense of the uncanny, as though Death Valley itself is experimenting, silently testing human limits and understanding. The psychological impact of the moving stones cannot be overstated. Their paths suggest intelligence where none should exist, intent where only emptiness reigns. The silence of the desert contrasts violently with the knowledge that unseen forces have shifted massive rocks without machinery, without hands, and without explanation. It is a place where the boundaries between the natural and the supernatural blur, where science meets horror, and where every visitor is forced to question the limits of reality itself. The racetrack playa is not just a geological wonder. It is a theater of fear, a monument to the Earth's ability to surprise, terrify, and humble all who dare to enter its domain. As night approaches Racetrack Playa, the desert transforms into an alien, haunting landscape. The sun dips behind distant ridges, casting long, distorted shadows across the cracked clay. The stones, now bathed in fading light, seem almost animated, each one frozen mid-motion in a frozen desert stage, their long, twisting trails stretching in every direction like the veins of some colossal, unseen creature. In the eerie twilight, the isolation becomes palpable. There are no sounds except the distant whisper of wind and the faint creak of expanding and contracting clay, yet the knowledge that these massive rocks have moved, unseen, in the dead of night, creates a chilling presence. It is impossible not to feel that the desert is alive, watching, and perhaps even playing with anyone daring enough to witness its impossible phenomena. The science behind the moving stones is fascinating, yet it does little to alleviate the horror. Studies reveal that under rare conditions, thin sheets of ice can form beneath the rocks during cold nights, allowing wind to nudge them forward. Yet this explanation cannot account for the most complex trails. Those that curve around other stones, split and rejoin, or appear to move in zigzags, as if avoiding invisible obstacles. Some stones leave trails that extend for hundreds of feet in directions seemingly defying wind patterns or gravity. Observers report an almost supernatural sensation standing among these wandering monoliths, as if every rock possesses a consciousness, every trail a secret intention, a silent narrative written by forces beyond human comprehension. The desert becomes a theater of the uncanny, where physics and logic are challenged at every step. Walking among the stones, the sense of unease intensifies. The cracked, sun-baked clay seems to pulse beneath your feet, subtle vibrations giving the impression that movement might resume at any second. Shadows stretch unnaturally, exaggerating the shapes of the rocks into grotesque forms that appear to shift with the imagination. Some explorers have sworn they saw stones subtly changing position when not observed directly, their human minds struggling to reconcile what they saw with the impossible reality. The desert feels like a living entity, patient, relentless, and incomprehensibly ancient, orchestrating events in silence over decades, millennia, or perhaps far longer. The interplay of isolation, emptiness, and inexplicable motion creates a profound psychological impact. Fear, awe, and disbelief intertwining in equal measure. The history of the moving stones adds to the terror. Documented over decades, these trails have puzzled generations of scientists and adventurers, some of whom speak of an almost cursed quality to the playa. Overnight, a boulder can shift hundreds of feet, leaving fresh tracks that appear deliberately precise. Some trails cross and intersect in patterns that defy the randomness of nature. The desert, vast and barren, becomes a canvas for a ghostly choreography, a performance in which humans are unwelcome spectators. Attempts to manipulate or replicate the phenomenon fail. Rocks refuse to cooperate, returning to their original paths, reinforcing the notion that some forces here are indifferent to human interference, yet aware of it. The psychological weight of the playa is amplified by the surrounding Death Valley. The oppressive heat, the endless horizons, and the silence create a sense of vulnerability. Here, one is acutely aware of the fragility of human life and understanding in the face of the planet's hidden forces. The moving stones, silent and massive, embody a paradox. Immovable yet mobile, inert yet intentional. They are natural enigmas, objects of fascination and fear, monuments to Earth's uncanny ability to defy logic. Time spent among them leaves a lasting impression, a reminder that nature still harbors phenomena that humans cannot fully grasp, where observation provokes both awe and terror, and the line between the scientific and the supernatural blurs. If the moving stones of Death Valley shocked and terrified you, make sure to subscribe for more journeys into the world's most mysterious and extreme locations. Like this video if the idea of unseen forces moving massive rocks horrified you, and leave a comment. Would you dare to witness these wandering monoliths in person? Hit the notification bell so you never miss our next exploration of forbidden and extraordinary phenomena hidden across the globe.